Hello, my name is Veronica Randolph, and I want to talk to you guys about candidiasis, which some people have and they don't even realize that they have it. It is a yeast that causes an imbalance in our gut microbe, and it's called Candida albicans. And you can get this type of, it's not an infection, it's an overgrowth of bad bacteria in the gut. And it is caused by a number of things. One of the things is antibiotics, if you eat too many sugary foods, if you take steroids. Now, steroids is the main thing that will cause you to have an overgrowth of bad bacteria in the gut. So this particular yeast is okay in the gut as long as it's there with other bacteria and organisms that's going to balance everything out. We have to have a balanced gut in order to stay healthy. And in this society, we really don't do that. We smoke, we drink, we do all these things. But in order to bring our gut microbe back into balance, there are certain things that we can do. Now, I was diagnosed with a lung disease in 1997. So they gave me steroids, and I took these steroids probably for about a year. And during the time that I was taking the steroids, it caused the gut microbe to become imbalanced. And so Candida albicans really comes into play when you take steroids and antibiotics and stuff like that. I am a strong believer in the Lord, so I was healed of the lung disease. But in order for me to get balance back into my gut, there are things that God has put into the earth that we can do. And one of the things that you can do to get things back in balance is to drink kefir. Some people call it kefir. You can get the kefir grains on Amazon, and it's probably about, I think I paid about $10 for 1 tablespoon. So I got a couple of tablespoons, and it's the way you do it is you get a glass jar and you put the kefir grains inside of the jar and you get some whole milk. I use the grass-fed milk. It's called grass milk. And you put about a cup into every tablespoon. So I would put a couple of cups of milk in with each tablespoon of kefir grains. Get the organic kind, don't get the other kind. And you put the top back on and you set it on your counter in a cool place for anywhere between 24 to 36 hours. 36 hours is the best for me because it makes the milk more sour. So it's so much better. It has the yeast in it, all kinds of good bacteria in it, everything to restore the balance back into your gut. So that's the first thing you can do when you find out that you have an overgrowth of bacteria in your gut. Kefir, or some people call it kefir. The second thing you have to do, you must have digestive enzymes. It will keep food from fermenting in your gut. You have to be able to have good digestion. And the first thing that the Candida albicans does is, in order to survive, it will start attacking the digestive tract. So the way you combat that is to take protease. The protease digests the proteins inside of the cell walls of the candida, and it's made of something called chitin, I believe, in order to keep up its defense. And it's kind of hard to break through, but the protease will do it. Then you add cellulase to it, and that will break down the walls of candida. So this is what you need. You need to take your kefir, drink maybe a tablespoon 3 times a day. You have to start small because it will bloat your stomach, but that's just a sign that it's working. But don't drink a lot all at once. I tried that and got really bloated. So you would take your tablespoon of kefir 3 times a day, and then you would take your protease and your cellulase. You would take 2 of each 3 times a day. Get a really good product. Don't just get the stuff that's Not good. As far as probiotics go, that's where the kefir grain comes into play. So it's better to make your own probiotics through the kefir than to get the kind on the market, because they use a lot of fillers in these products. So you don't want the fillers. You want to have what God put into the earth, the actual kefir grains that you put in that you take the milk and put in there with the milk, and you can make your own. You don't have to spend all this money on a bunch of probiotics. And the third thing you need is magnesium. Not any kind of magnesium, but magnesium chloride. I would suggest that you read Dr. Carolyn Dean's book about magnesium. And she created a product called Remag. I'm not affiliated with Miss Dean or anything like that. She just has a really good product, and you just read what it says for you to do. You have to dilute it. You can get like a bottle of water, spring water or distilled water, and you put it just maybe a fourth of a teaspoon in it, not a lot, and you shake it up and you drink it throughout the day. So anyway, that's a really good start if you have an overgrowth of Candida in your body. So this is going to restore health and wholeness for you. It's probably been years since I've been doing this, and it has really, really, really helped me. I was in a really bad place. My digestive system was messed up, and some things I couldn't even digest. So many things I had to give up. There's so many things you can't eat, but alcohol is the main thing you cannot eat. Potatoes and baked goods and popcorn and nuts. And I know we love all these things, but until you get your digestive tract back in order, you can't really eat these things. And the sugar and alcohol is the absolute worst, because alcohol has sugar in it, sugar alcohols. So, but if what you would have to do is you have to create your own diet. I mean, some of these sites say you can eat this and you can eat that, but you can't eat all this stuff. You have to create your own diet, and if you can tolerate it, eat it, but eat small amounts. So I pray that things will go well for you, and this will be a good start for you. Have a blessed day.